Mm. All right, bro. Here we are, episode 8 of season 2 of the Hi-5. We have a
Big
special.
numbers. I don't know
How
what
many
that was.
numbers?
It was like,
Was that an 8 or I don't know what that was,
that was retake, guys.
but we have a special 6-pack episode with our buddy Caveman tonight. So
He had some interesting movies, man.
it was an interesting pick. I detect a theme with these, and I'm wondering if Caveman will confirm with me.
Yeah.
But
there was one in here I was despising because I despise this actor. And I ended up kind of enjoying it, man. I'd never seen it. So I can't wait to talk about that one.
He's having trouble logging in, apparently.
Uh-oh. We're waiting on you, Caveman.
Yeah.
This was, like I said earlier, Caveman, this was, I don't know if you can hear us watching or whatever, but this was an interesting bunch. Not since Harrison's really old movies have I felt this way about movies.
Nice. All right, let's roll the intro and we'll see if we can get Caveman on. Otherwise, we're just going to have to roast him offline. But all right. And away we go. What's up, everybody? Thank you for joining the Faces for Radio podcast as we present our Hi-5 series, where we bring in a guest, we have them pick movies, and then we watch them, we score them, and we have the guys score them live on the show. I am your host, David, aka the 4K Lowdown, and my co-host is
Rich, Turner Fan 77.
All right, brother. How you doing, man? How was your
doing
Thanksgiving?
It was okay, uneventful. Did a lot of driving, taking kids everywhere.
I bet.
Yeah, it was just relaxing. Worked all weekend. Monday, I had such a terrible migraine. I was throwing up and saw the spots. I don't know if you get your migraines, do you see spots sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah, that's the way what I had Monday. It was like, oof, it was terrible.
Okay.
But other than that,
all right. Well, that's good. Unfortunately, it looks like Caveman's not going to be able to join us.
Oh no.
Yeah, his Google policies blocked StreamYard, so that's definitely a setting in his search engine.
Maybe try Mozilla, Internet Explorer, Safari,
and see if he can try Edge or something.
Does he use his phone?
I don't know.
You want to go a different night? Maybe postpone it. And
I don't know. I kind of want to get these out of the way, but
me too.
because we've got because we've got our by the numbers tomorrow, and then I've got Spirits of Spirits Friday, so it's going to be really hard to get Caveman back on before the end of the year because of what we've got going, especially with KB next month. So I might see what I can do.
So anyway, if there's anyone in the chat, hope you guys had a happy Thanksgiving. Like I said, mine was uneventful. Hope you guys got some good movies for Black Friday. I only did 3 that was on sale on Friday. Maybe it's Saturday. I don't know which day. Hopefully they'll be here soon. Hope you guys ate a lot.
Aha. Got him. All right.
Good.
All right. Caveman is on, you guys. So hopefully he used another system or he changed his settings to where he was able to do it. But let me do the intro. As I do, I wrote an intro for him. So before we bring him out, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about him because he may have 147 subscribers on YouTube and 1,133 followers on Instagram, but this man is a cut above the rest. His honesty, integrity, and sense of humor have quickly made him one of our favorite people to join on the show. The Faces for Radio podcast proudly welcomes the creator of Caveman movies and more. He might be crewman number 6, but we call him Guy. Guy, welcome to the show, my brother.
Hey,
what's up, man?
All right. Sorry, the link. I clicked the link in the message, Instagram message, and it launched that page. So I just copied the link and then went and opened my browser and then pasted it. So
okay. It was probably because of the clicking the link did something in your Google settings that was like, no, you're not allowed to do that.
Right.
It's trying to protect you from us, Guy.
Right.
And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But
can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah, we can
hear you just fine.
Okay. All right.
And speaking of hearing, we've got the chat is going off right now. So I want to make sure we introduce everybody that's with us. Gary's in the house.
What's up, Gary?
What's up, Gary?
That's my best friend.
Reed is here. Thank you for joining us. Huck is here.
Huck.
Corey is here.
Wilkie.
Harrison is here. My best friend Mike is here.
What's up, Mike?
Dell is here.
Hey, Dell.
Let's see who else. I know Holland is here. The oatmeal man himself. Just letting everybody say hi to each other, and I'm just gonna swifting through this. Miss Caveman is here. I'm glad you made it this time, Miss Caveman. And Huck says, Caveman, he made it. Yes, he did. Yeah. If we're gonna roast him, I want it to be to his face. So we're gonna, we might give you a little bit of shit, but I gotta thank you for these movies, bro. And on top of that, and I'm gonna mention it, and I hope it doesn't embarrass you. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for the movies you sent to us, because instead of coming up with alternates for your movies that we did not have and we couldn't have access to, you sent them to us. And I deeply appreciate that, brother. I only had one that I didn't have.
Right.
And I had 3.
And he had 3. So it was really cool of you to do. And it's something that's never happened before. Rich and I were stunned when you were like, I'm just waiting until I got him, and then I'm gonna get your address. And I was like, wait, Rich, he's sending us the movies. And he's like, what? we were like all expecting alternates and stuff, waiting for you to pick something else. And you just no, I'm sending you the movies so we can do the 6. So Caveman, what was your theme, or did you have something in mind when you picked these 6?
Just, I guess, movies that I have a strong appreciation for that I don't feel like get enough love.
Okay.
And then I threw in one because we needed to have a Nerf herder one in there, and that was Titan AE.
Yeah. No, we gotta have a sci-fi one in there because I wanted to do a whole Nerf herder thing with you. And you were like, nope, I've already got my movies picked. And I was like, all right, we'll do yours. Totally awesome. Huck even was like, guy is so generous. What a great dude. Yeah, totally agree. You've been so great to us in just the short time that we've known you. That
you're very supportive. You're here every week.
I was like, we got to get Guy on the show, and we're going to do a Hi-5, or in this case, I'm calling it the 6-pack with Caveman because you picked 6 movies. So,
Oh,
aw,
that's awesome.
dude, that's TV right there. That's good television. Where's my wife? Oh,
Here's my hand.
I paid her.
whoa, whoa! It's not that type of show. I named her Rosie. No.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, I mean,
I call my hand Molly.
well, okay, that works. I was something that I was told as a kid, and I'm just, it was from my father. He calls her Rosie Palm. It's Rosie Palm and her 5 fingers. So
Yeah, I remember that.
Y'all see my joke today?
I did not read your joke today because I've been busy trying to set this up.
Okay.
Tuesday.
That's the punchline.
Tuesday is Rosie Palm is the
Well,
punchline.
No, the punchline is Rosie.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. I have to go back and read it.
All right. Yeah. Now I've got to read it. But that's kind of funny that I would mention that, and I haven't read the joke. So, but Spicy, Tuesday is normally date night. You are correct, sir. But we had date night last night, which was supposed to be when we were going to do the show with Guy. So we swapped it because it was Mystery Movie Monday. So we went to the movies yesterday, and I gotta tell you, I had the worst time getting to the theater yesterday. It was absolutely horrendous because it was the same day as their Christmas parade, which is on the same street as the theater, and we had to walk a half a mile to get to the theater and watch the movie, and the theater was empty because nobody was coming to the theater after that, because nobody could park anywhere. And but the movie was good. I really enjoyed the movie, and I'm looking forward to getting your view on it, Rich, when we actually.
Yeah, I want to see. It's already on my list to watch. I've seen trailers for it, and I want to see this. What's up, Tiana?
Hey, Tiana, thanks for joining us. All right, so Guy, my friend, here's what we're gonna do. So you pick the movies. Rich and I have watched them and already scored them. So I'm going to show them to you in the order that we have ranked from 6 to 1. And that's by our average score.
Which I'm scared because I've seen some of Rich's postings on Facebook. So I don't know whether he still thanks me for the movies or not.
Well, so this is the thing. Even if we don't care for the movie, and I'm just going to tell you, and you probably already know by now, there's one that I did not like. But that's just a personal opinion of me. So I try to still give the score as an objective score as I can.
There's one I did not like at all.
But there's another reason, because Rich has a lot of personal feelings about certain actors, as do I. And those, were in these movies that you picked. So,
right.
But we still appreciate, especially first time watches, whether we like them or not. We appreciate getting these first time watches, something that we would normally not even touch. We're kind of obliged to.
Yeah.
Because you're like, okay, this is my list. And I'm like, okay, I've never seen, there's 2 movies that were first time watches for me. And
there was 5 for me.
5 out of 6.
Yeah,
for Rich were first time watches for him.
And I'm glad because there's no way I would have ever watched these movies whatsoever.
Hey, there's one of our Nerf herders. I'm just Stacy, you're an honorary Nerf herder, my brother. So yeah, thanks for jumping in. But yeah, so it's interesting. But I'm gonna have you score them live as we do it. Now you're familiar with our scoring system, how we're gonna do it. So we should be able to whip through these pretty fast. But because we have 6, this show might go a little bit long, but we're going to talk about these movies a little bit. And I'm going to get your scores. Now, as we do this, you're going to be in the hot seat. So I've got 5 hot seat questions that I'm going to ask you about your movie watching preferences, things that you like, actors that you like, things like that. I'm going to have Rich ask those questions as
Okay.
as I make the outro and the total scorecards and start doing math while we're in the show. So hopefully we don't have too much lag, because I'll be doing math. Rich and you will talk about the hot seat questions, but I'll
Okay.
display the question and then I'll go to work. And and then when I'm done, we'll come back. But Rich will be able to hold the air for me while you and him talk about stuff, and then I do my math and fondle myself. But
Yeah, he does that a lot.
I do math a lot. Well, no, I fondle myself. Yeah, that's true.
What's up,
So
Cal?
Cal
Hey,
L is
Cal.
in the house. What's up, Cal? Saying hey to everybody. I'm glad to see you on here.
Yeah,
I
well,
just saw
thank you
him
guys
live
for
on
joining us
Instagram.
tonight.
Yeah, great crowd tonight. Love it.
Yeah.
And that's a testament to you, Caveman, because a lot of people
Mhm.
here like you, including us. And we're glad you're here.
Yeah,
We
we
really
are.
are.
I mean,
Hey,
I've
man,
been,
thank you for always being here. No matter what night we're on, you always find us. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. We really appreciate you.
well, you're good guys. So I like supporting good people.
Appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
All right. So without further ado, we're going to get to the movie that by our average score ranked number 6, the lowest score of the night. And I'm going to let you guess, Guy, which one do you think it might be?
I think, what planet are you from?
Okay. No, actually.
Because I figured Gary, you both hated Gary Shandling, so.
But here's the thing, man. You picked that movie, never seen it. I had a good time with it. I actually laughed a lot in that movie, and I do not like Gary Shandling at all. So that's the movie that surprised me the most.
Nice.
Well, I'm glad, because that was one of the reasons why I wanted to make sure to get him out to you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Well, it's nice. But we're not going to talk about that movie just yet. So the lowest average score movie, and unfortunately I don't have any clips this time, but I'm just going to pull up the poster, and you know what? I'm going to swap spots so we can see Caveman's beautiful face instead of mine. The lowest scored movie of your 6-pack is The Man Who Knew Too Little.
Oof. This is rough.
And this now this I didn't mind. It was pretty good. It's I laughed in a couple of parts.
I did too.
But yeah, I mean, it's not a great movie, but it was a fun watch, and there was a similarity big time to another movie that we have in your countdown. So this is
Well, I'll tell you, there's another similarity to this movie too, and that is, think of the game.
Yes. Oh no, yeah. I totally saw that right off the bat. So it had a budget of $20 million, made 13.7 million in the box office. It is from 1997. Yes, 1997, and it's an hour and 34 minutes long, so it's not too much out of your day. I think, yeah, everybody's saying hi to everybody. I'm gonna get through that. So what is it about this movie, Caveman, that you like so much? Are you just a big Bill Murray fan, or is there something about
it
the story or something?
it just was I thought
What's up, Mel?
I thought it was a clever spin. Hey Mel, I thought it was a clever spin on something that's not normally done. That here's this guy, he's going, he's totally inept, and he's going, his brother, can't remember his first name, Gallagher or whatever.
Peter Gallagher.
He it's his brother, and he's showing up in an impromptu time, and he works for Blockbuster Video, and
in Des Moines, Iowa.
And all this stuff, and so he shows up, and he sends them away on this little reenactment play, or this live action play, which is similar to the game, which is like a completely immersive kind of event.
Mhm.
And, but then, he crosses he crosses he makes it at the wrong time. He shows up at the wrong time, and it starts a series of events.
Right.
I'm pulling up my scores.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start doing the scoring system. And as we do that, Rich and I are going to talk about what we liked and didn't like about the movie. So the
Okay.
first thing is the cast. And cast, as you know, guys, by recognition only. So if you recognize a person, like if you see him the first time you watch this movie, if you went, oh, Bill Murray, like if you know the guy face and name, it's 2 points. If you know the person just by face, but you can't remember their name, then it's just 1 point. So, and that's a cumulative up to 10. So, what would you give the cast here on a 1 to 10 scale based on who you know?
Well, I know Mancini, Gallagher, Bill Murray, and then there's one of the crooks was from Ray Donovan. The crooks that tried to get him in the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So that puts me at 7, right?
Yeah, that puts you at 7.
Yeah, I'm worried about this movie and Sliding Doors as far as cast goes, because not a lot of people that I know.
Yeah. And Rich and I were at a 7 too. We match as far as the cast score goes. Because I was like, I mean, for me, it was Bill Murray, Peter Gallagher, and Joanne Whalley, who married Val Kilmer. And so I remembered her.
Oh.
And then there was, yeah, I think it was Alfred Molina, the main like
The
bad
butcher
guy.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, that I was like, I know him. I can't remember because
Right.
he's so young in this.
Yeah.
That I was like,
I recognized the voice right away.
and then I was like, dude, now I remember. But
Have you guys seen Ray Donovan?
I have not seen that series. No,
Me neither. I don't watch a whole lot of TV series.
no, he is not much of a TV series person. I am, but I generally stay away from the ones that are on cable TV and I watch more of the network stuff. So Stacey says Professor Lowdown teaching math 101. That's right. So all right, so we've got 7 for the cast. We're going to talk about the acting. So this is from 1997. So how would you rate the acting? And this is mainly just personal opinion. If you like the acting, if somebody kind of phoned it in, I usually take my cast score and use that as my base. So if everybody who I recognize did a good job, then I usually match the score. Otherwise, if I go, you know what, Bill Murray kind of phoned it in, I'll lower the score or something like that. So how would you rate the acting on a 1 to 10 here?
I give it a 7.
Okay. Awesome. And now for the plot. The plot, we normally do. Still haven't seen this one. All right. The Rich and I may disagree on it. I think it's probably worth a watch. Rich does not think it's worth a watch, but
I actually got.
I don't want to say it's not.
I don't want to say it. Well, you said it was
you're
rough,
a Bill
but
Murray fan, I say check it out.
Yeah.
If you like Bill Murray,
I think that's the key. You're not a Bill Murray fan,
right?
So this kind of turns you off from the start, and that's I kind of felt that way about that Gary Shandling movie, but so I'm going to read basically what we're going to do. And normally we do the trailer for the plot, and then you judge if you're going to watch that movie by the trailer. But in the 6-pack or in the Hi-5, we read the synopsis from IMDb. And based on that and that alone, how likely would you be to watch this movie on a scale of 1 to 10? Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. It says Wallace Ritchie is mistaken for a spy and must stop a plot to assassinate international leaders at a banquet.
I'm in because I'm like James Bond or like spy spy stuff.
Okay. So 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I guess 7.
Okay. All right. Now the ending of the movie, just the ending itself. Did you get the closure that you wanted? Did all your questions get answered? What would you rate the ending on a 1 to 10 scale here?
The ending, I gotta give it a 9.
All right.
I thought it pretty much tied it up in a little bow and added a little Easter egg at the end.
Had a nice little beach scene at the end, and
Yeah.
with the, bark like a dog. But yeah. So the next thing is the story. So beginning, middle, and end, the total story, how it plays out. Were there any dull points in it? Things like that you're looking for. How would you rate the total story of this movie on a 1 to 10?
I guess I have to give it an 8.
Okay. All right. Now we're getting into the.
It didn't. I know that there are some movies that kind of drag it sometimes, but this one didn't really. It felt like it kept a new thing right around the corner. Whether
Yeah.
it was the old couple in the bedroom, dressed up in leathers, and
Yeah. And they're in the maid outfit. So I've seen it one. Stacy says I've seen it once back in my Blockbuster days, and no pun intended. I don't recall disliking it, but I don't remember much about it, so not sure what that says. Maybe you liked it, but it was forgettable. That's kind of where I would put that. So, and it's been a long time since I've seen it. So when I rewatched it, there were things that I didn't remember, and I was like, oh, okay, that was kind of neat. I didn't remember that. So kind of the same thing. I forgot a lot about the movie, like the whole ending. I had no idea. I didn't remember the ending at all. So that was kind of like a first time watch for me. Chris, what's up,
Chris.
brother? Thank you so much for jumping in.
I'm curious if Reed's still in the chat or whatever, because I actually got him to watch this movie too. But this has been months ago.
Yeah. Well, we have 9 people in the chat right now. I can't.
Well, we appreciate all 9 of you,
but we appreciate you guys coming in. We maxed out at 12 at the beginning, and I think a couple of people like to come in, show their love, and then go, which is fine. Yeah. I have to do the same thing a lot of times, but we do appreciate you coming in, and those of you that come on and watch on the replay, we appreciate you too. So definitely,
there are people coming in
here in any capacity. So the next section is for the technical stuff.
You got that old woman on your mind, don't you?
I don't know. Something about that maid outfit just kind of threw me off. So the script is the next thing. So we're talking about how it was written, the dialogue. How would you rate the script on a 1 to 10? And I know Bill Murray does a lot of ad libs, and that might hurt the score here. But do you think he did a lot of ad libs in this movie, or do you think he stayed pretty much to the script?
I think he probably did some, but I don't see how he can vary too much from.
There's not much you can do, because the script seemed pretty simple, and the way I viewed it, just taking my own synopsis into there, it seems like Bill Murray was Peter Gallagher's special needs brother.
Right.
Yes.
And was like pretending he was a hitman, and then things were accidentally happening that caused the bad guys to all believe that it was true. And it was mainly he was so confident because he thought it was a game.
Right.
So it just made him seem there's an old saying, it's called act as if and you become. And I think he acted so much like he was a spy or an assassin that the bad guys and everybody started to view him that way.
Yeah. One of my favorite things, or regarding that, one of my favorite things is when he's in the elevator and the tourists are on there, and he's he's got at gunpoint got the lady, and he says, "Oh, I'm acting." Then the lady passes out, and then he starts giving acting coaching to the couple that's in there.
To the old Asian couple in the
Yeah,
elevator. Yeah.
Yeah.
because he needed them to, distract the guard or whatever. So
Yeah.
Is
So,
it me? But can you just pluck Bill Murray? He's the same character: Groundhog's Day, Ghostbusters, Scrooge, and now this. I mean, it all seems just like the same person. Like there's no. I guess he's not stretching. If I'm saying it right, it
there's
doesn't.
no depth to his. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think you find my personal opinion is I think that you find that actors find like their comfort spot, their sweet spot, and so if you notice, Denzel Washington repeats a lot of the same mannerisms. Robert De Niro repeats a lot of the same mannerisms. Both incredible actors, but if you watch enough of their filmography, you can see where they're not really leaping or expanding.
Yeah. I think Dell said it great. You hire Bill Murray to be Bill Murray.
Yeah.
I mean, even going to Zombieland, it was just he's got that dry humor.
And I like dry humor. It's just not.
And I personally, I like him. I'm a fan of his work. So, but yeah, I mean, I think comedic actors in general are a lot of times one-dimensional unless they change genre completely.
Yeah.
Like Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Or
that name.
Eddie Murphy. If they change genres and do something more serious, then you see a different person. Even going to Jim Carrey when he did Number 23.
Yeah, I like that movie.
I like that too. But point being, if you're a comedic actor, do you have this, and you call it a sweet spot, I call it a niche. So it's you have this niche that you fit right there. And when and Dell said it perfectly, you hire that person because you want that comedy. You want that person. If Bill Murray came in to this movie and did Shakespeare, he would have been fired. Because I don't want Shakespeare.
That's why they don't.
I want Bill Murray.
That's why they don't
I want Bill freaking Murray. Yeah, for me, that's Tom Cruise. That makes a lot of sense. I
love Tom Cruise, but you're right.
Yeah,
he does the same thing, but he's a good actor.
Yeah,
I love Tom Cruise too, but
Tom Cruise
I'm a Tom Cruise fan, but yeah, I mean, I think there's fewer actors that can be that deep, that have that dimensional ability, like Leonardo DiCaprio, or that's one off the top of my head that I can think of. But Denzel, I think he's got depth, but his muscle memory is the same. And we were talking about mannerisms and stuff. I think that's really hard to break because you're kind of doing the same, force of habit stuff that you do.
Like doing the same, when you look or whatever,
Haven't seen it, but everyone says he's way different in Lost in Translation.
I haven't seen it either. I have not seen it.
I do think. Well, I think Lost in Translation is a different genre. I think that's more of a drama.
Yeah.
So he does have his humor in there, but I think he's. I mean,
it's definitely a lot drier.
I just think he's severely damaged in that movie to where. And I'm not to say that he's not damaged at all, but I think he plays a more damaged role. And I do think there's a little bit of depth there, but like I said, I think that movie changes genres enough to where he had to be someone else. John Lithgow as well, maybe it can be very funny to downright sadistic. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up, Steve? Steve's in the house. Everybody saying, see, agree to disagree. The only movie I felt Tom Cruise did a great job in was The Last Samurai. I like
Yeah,
The
that's
Last
Samurai's
Samurai,
good.
but I've got to give props to Born on the 4th of July and Far and Away as two movies that I think he did differently.
Tropic Thunder.
I love A Few Good Men, but that was kind of vintage Tom Cruise without all the action. So when they drove up to the house in Zombieland, had the big BM letters on the gate, who else thought that was going to be Barry Manilow?
I didn't even notice that.
No,
I never noticed.
I mean, yeah, the big BM because I said, "Oh, it's not Bob Marley" in the movie. But no, I didn't think it was going to be Barry Manilow or Bob Marley. It was the Andy Warhol painting when they walk in and they kind of see that off to the side. That's when I was like, that's Bill Murray's house. But that made more sense. You wouldn't go to Barry Manilow's house in Zomcom. Dude,
Right.
that just doesn't sound right. Barry Manilow looked like a zombie, but
But
Last Samurai is great. Yeah, Last Samurai is an amazing movie. I love it. I think
BM
very highly of Lost in
BM could
Translation.
stand for
Yeah,
something else.
dude. I'm sorry, what was that, guy?
BM could stand for something else.
Yeah. Bill Murray was great in Lost Translation. Yeah, I agree with all that.
You mentioned
Just lonely Bill Murray in Lost in Translation, and Miss Caveman already said it. BM is bowel movement. I was thinking about Bad Mamma Jamma or something of that more colorful. But Tom Cruise I did like him in Collateral.
Oh, Collateral's fantastic.
And again, that takes him into the thriller, and he's the bad guy in that. So I really like him in Collateral.
The Firm also I enjoy.
Firm's good. Again, that puts him in the thriller genre. So maybe that does change him a little bit, And then you get Mark Wahlberg, who is horrible if there's any type of CGI in the movie, but can actually act when he's a character in the movie, like in The Fighter and things like that. He can actually do something. But God forbid if you do CGI in the movie, then he just can't act his way out of a paper bag. St. Vincent was another great Murray movie. I don't think I've seen that one.
I've seen that either. I just try to avoid these movies.
He tries to avoid Bill Murray. Yeah. Okay, we've gone off on a tangent. So let's get back to the script, guy. What would you give the script on a 1 to 10 here? I don't think we actually got there.
8.
Okay, I like it. All right, so let's go to cinematography. Now, cinematography is not just about cinematography, but about visual effects. Anything that you see, I'm thinking about changing it next year to just visuals, because we include everything that you see. So if you see like an editing issue or something like that, that's where I'm kind of falling into that category.
Mm-hmm.
So how would you rate the cinematography or the visuals on a 1 to 10 here?
I mean, everything. There was really no special effects of any kind.
No.
So
Bill Murray was the special effect.
Huh?
Bill Murray was the special effect. He did all the special. He was the special effects.
So I got.
They should have paid him extra.
8.
You're gonna go 8? Okay. All right. The next thing is direction. So we're looking at the director, who is John Amiel. So what I usually do, you rate how he did in this movie as a director on a 1 to 10. Also looking at his other works like Copycat, The Core, Entrapment, Tune In Tomorrow. How would you rate that on a 1 to 10 based on those other movies? So think about that.
The only other one I really enjoyed out of that list was Copycat.
Yeah.
I did like Copycat.
Yeah, that's the only one I liked.
I got to go with like 5.
Okay. Now music. So this is not just soundtrack or score, but also sound effects, any like radio songs and things like that. Also timing of when they put it in. So how would you rate the music here or the sound on a 1 to 10 scale?
I guess I gotta give it an 8.
All right. Thanks, Huck. Yes,
Yeah,
please
thank you,
smash
Huck.
that like button. Give us a follow. Definitely give Caveman a follow if you haven't already. Something tells me that you already are. And if you need it, in the description, I have Caveman's Instagram and YouTube links, so you can go there and follow him to your heart's content. All right, where's my score sheet? All right, 8 for music. And the last thing is the wild card. So this is a 1 to 10 score based on the genre, and the genre is a comedy. So how would you rate this on a 1 to 10 scale as a comedy?
I gotta go 8.
Okay. Nice. All right.
I'm guessing, Rich, you don't rate that high, but
No.
And yeah, I didn't either. Oh no, I did. No, I did. I gave it an 8 also.
I'm looking right now.
Because I ended up laughing. But Rich gave it a 4.
I gave it a 4.
Yeah.
These ain't my highest rated movies.
All right, so I'm gonna pull up hot seat question number 1 as I do the math, and then we're gonna bring up our card to see the final scores on this movie. So, Rich,
Okay.
take it away.
Caveman, hot seat question number 1. Do you prefer to watch movies in the theater, on digital, or through physical media?
I'd say physical media.
Why?
Well, one of the movies that we'll talk about later is like a blind buy story where I just discovered it because it was the early days of DVD and there wasn't a whole lot to select. So it was always, combing the aisles at Blockbuster or wherever, and or even at Best Buy, buying stuff. And I would take a chance on a movie. And to do that, to make that small investment and then actually finding a gem. I mean, I have found some major turds. Dogville being one. Dogville is a horrible movie. But yeah, that's
physical media. It's a good answer.
Like that.
Yeah, me too.
All right, let's go to the final scores on as I drop hot seat question number 1. Thank you for your answer there, Caveman. Our final scores on The Man Who Knew Too Little are: IMDb is giving this a 6.6. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 37%. Audience score 69%. Rich gave it a 44. I gave it a 61. Guy, your score is 75.
And we expect your score to be higher because you pick these movies and you like these movies.
Yeah, and there's a special place in your heart for these movies. So, yeah. But I actually enjoyed it. I love the play with the nesting doll and the whole Cossack dance. It was absolutely ridiculous. But and then the whole thing at the end. So I do think that this is worth a watch, especially if you're a Bill Murray. I almost said Blue Murray. A Bill Murray. I've got that maid outfit again on my mind.
Yeah, you do.
Well, it made Rich blue.
Yeah, it did. It made him green, I think. He was like, dude, I'm getting sick, bro. No. But no, this was fun. I'm glad I was able to revisit it. So yeah. And like I said, it's the average score. So this wasn't my lowest score, but it was Rich's. So
it's only up from here.
It's only up from here. There is one that's downhill for me here, but we're gonna get to movie number 2. So what do you think comes in at number 5?
I'm gonna say The Man with One Red Shoe.
Well, not quite. It's What Planet Are You From?
Okay.
This was fun.
So This is from 2000, which I was actually really surprised by.
Yeah.
Um,
I thought it was
because
older.
I thought it was older. The humor in this movie plays like it's older.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
yeah,
it still to me plays like a '90s movie.
yeah, it plays like a 90s movie. I mean,
And maybe
it's
that's
just
what made
barely
it fun for me.
2000.
And this happened, you know, what, a year before 9/11. So
Yeah.
a lot of this humor wouldn't play, you know, after that. I imagine.
Yeah, especially with the plane stuff and
Mhm.
things
Right.
like that. That would be an issue. So this had a budget of $60 million
Wow.
in 2000, and it made 14.1 million.
Oof.
So Guy, what is it about this movie that appeals to you? Why did you pick this one?
Again, it's like another kind of fish out of water deal where, you know, this got this alien that doesn't have a penis. And has been to Earth before and got caught before, I guess, in Roswell or wherever, and was, you know, coming back to take over the world. I don't know, just a unique spin. Now there is a hidden gem, Dave. I've already shared it with you because
Mhm.
you needed it
Oh,
to pull it up. But Rich, did you notice that Annette Bening was the statue in the opening?
No, I did not notice that.
So yeah, they superimposed Annette Bening's face onto the Columbia Pictures logo,
I
the
never
statue,
noticed that.
for this movie.
I did not
Yeah.
notice that.
Thanks for that bit of trivia, Caveman. So yeah, I did. I had to reload those two pictures, which you might have saw on Instagram, and then I was able to download them. So, but yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't notice that either.
I didn't notice it.
And I did forget my pictures of The Man Who Knew Too Little, so I'm bringing that up because
okay, the humor in this is very juvenile.
yes, well, yeah, because that's why I viewed him as being special needs in a way, because it was very 5-year-old like humor. I mean, the beginning of The Man Who Knew Too Little was I didn't like the thing in the airport because he basically just talked that dude's ear off and basically closed the place and trying to figure out how long he was going to be there. So that was weird. But anyway, I did want to bring those pictures up before we move on. But for What Planet Are You From? Yeah, I didn't like this. And it was it was mainly Gary Shandling, because no matter what he does, he seems to profess himself as some kind of ladies' man. In his series, he did it. In the movies that he kind of does it. That he's so good looking.
He wrote this, so yeah,
so it totally makes sense, and it just it just rubs me the wrong way. And I'm not talking about the no penis thing, but but that was weird. Greg Kinnear was interesting. I liked it. I like Annette Bening. I think Annette Bening is fantastic. Is a fantastic actress. We just watched Naiad with her, and she was awesome in it.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, I just the whole thing. Ben Kingsley. I mean, it has such a cast, but this movie's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous, but it was fun.
Yeah, I did not have fun, and I think this is where our opposites are, Rich, because I didn't like Gary Shandling, so I didn't like this movie, and you don't like Bill Murray, but you did, but I mean, and I like Bill Murray, so I like The Man Who Knew Too Little more than you did. So I don't know if that's a thing, but yeah, if you don't like Gary Shandling either, but you like this movie, I did not care for this movie, but I'm glad I was able to watch it because it's something that I've avoided. Like it had poo on it.
But you like Pooh.
Because it's like I like Pooh scenes in a comedy, which there wasn't. But in this, it would have been nice if there was.
Well, there was toilet humor in it.
There was toilet humor, but I guess Ben Kingsley being the turd.
No, that a photo you put up again. Can you put it back up with the hologram girl?
Yeah.
Is that Katie Sackhoff?
No.
It just reminds me of Katie Sackhoff. When I was like, wait a minute, is that Katie? Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember because I did actually look that up to see who it was.
She just reminded me of Katie Sackhoff.
Yeah.
Well, before you do that, do you want me to give you the names of the people I know?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do the cast score. So what have we got for
Annette Bening, Greg Kinnear, Gary Shandling, John Goodman, Ben Kingsley.
All right, we're at 10.
Janine Garofalo.
Oh yeah, Janine Garofalo. But I'm looking at this cast going, oh crap!
Judy
I know all these people. Yeah, Judy Greer, who I can't remember ever seeing naked. She was naked in this movie. But I'm going, oh, okay.
If people don't know, Judy Greer plays is the voice on Archer. Is the voice of one of the characters on Archer.
Okay. Yeah. There's also in the last Halloween movies.
Yeah.
But all right, so we're at a 10 for cast. Yeah, Rich and I were both at a 10 for cast. What did you think of the acting on a 1 to 10?
I guess I'll give it a 7.
All right. And let's read the synopsis and see how likely you'd be to watch it. It says, a human-looking alien from a highly advanced but emotionless all-male society is sent to Earth to impregnate a woman and bring the child back to their planet. The alien ends up falling in love there. A suspicious FAA agent targets him. And that FAA agent is John Goodman, who another guy that I really like. So that's one of the best synopsises. I mean, that was like clear cut exactly what this movie's about. So what would you give the plot here on a 1 to 10 based on reading that? How likely would you be to watch it?
I gotta give it a 9.
All right.
But this was a movie that a blonde bought on DVD way back in the day. Just because there was so few titles.
Yeah.
And just to show something off here real quick, we're talking about Best Buy and going away of the dodo bird or whatever, but you remember when Best Buy was all in on physical media?
Oh yeah.
They used to give these things out.
Oh, that's cool.
You could pick this up for free basically at when you were there, and it just gave you coming attractions, basically just trailers. But
do you remember they used to sell the metal packs empty? You bought it, it was like a pre-order, and then you got the movie,
and then you get sent the movie. I remember that.
Yeah.
Del says he used to like the Gary Shandling show, but haven't seen this or hardly any of his other stuff.
Yeah, you ain't missing much.
There was a documentary about him that was pretty decent. But if you don't like him, I wouldn't watch it because it's just basically a love story to him. But...
love story to himself.
I mean, he didn't have any part in it because he was already dead. But
okay. Wait. Gary Shandling's dead?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Been dead for a long time.
Yeah, he died in 2016.
Oh, whoa! I had no idea. How did he die?
I don't know.
I don't remember how he died.
Not to bring the
Heart
show
attack,
down,
stroke,
but
or something. I don't. It wasn't like anything. It wasn't like a drug overdose or anything. I think it was like a heart attack or stroke or something.
oh, okay. Not that makes it better, but I had no clue he was dead.
It's not because he was in Iron Man and Captain America that he's going to live forever, right?
Oh, I forgot he was a Hydra agent in that.
Yeah. I thought that's where you were going with that. No, he had thrombosis. That was how he died. He died of thrombosis.
Well, it says here he died of a pulmonary embolism.
Yeah. But yeah, thrombosis is like blood clots.
Okay.
So the blood clot went to his lung, and that caused a pulmonary embolism. And you don't come back from that. That's just, you're done. Unfortunately.
This is interesting. He basically looks like he died of pulper almost in comparison to like actors, because it says he left behind a liquid estate worth $670,000.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Which is
yeah.
lot.
Del says, speaking of love stories to actors, I watched Sly. Stallone has a creepy amount of statues and busts of himself.
Yeah.
Right? We were like, whoa, there's a lot of faces. He has a lot of his own face all over the place. Had fun with the movie for what it was. Certainly batshit crazy. Hollywood would certainly not touch this movie now. No, there's no way.
Yeah.
There's no way they would touch this movie now.
And that's a shame too.
That's so politically incorrect. I mean,
oh yeah. Oh my goodness.
The way he just talking to them chicks on the plane, wherever he saw them.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Janine Garofalo's like stressing, like she's like turtle poked its head out, like she shit her pants. And he sits next to her. So, baby, you smell nice.
Yeah.
I could just see the look on her face. She was like, what? And I was just like, ugh. But yeah. All right. So the next thing is the ending. How did you think this movie ended on a 1 to 10?
I guess give it an 8.
All right. And the next thing is the story. What did you think of the story on a 1 to 10? Beginning, middle, and end? Any slow spots? What did you think of it?
Guess I'll give it a 6.
Okay. Next thing is the script. How do you think this one was written? I mean, he basically wrote it himself. So
Right.
how do you think he did writing it? 1 to 10, what would you give the script here?
Well, if he wanted to be right himself to being arrogant,
Mission accomplished.
He did that in spades.
Yep.
I guess I'll give it an 8.
Okay. So the visuals on this, well, what did you think of that? Because there's actually a fair amount of special effects here.
Yeah.
What would you give the visuals on this?
I guess I'll give it an 8.
All right. And then direction. So who directed this? Mike Nichols. He sounds familiar. What else did he do?
Yeah.
He did The Graduate and The Birdcage, Closer, and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf for some of his things.
Yeah. I gotta go 10 on him.
You're gonna go 10. So of
the director,
of all the movies he's done, this was his best directed movie.
Oh no, you said earlier.
That's how we're comparing it to those.
Oh,
how would you rate this one?
Sorry, 7.
Okay. I didn't mean to try to change your score. I just wanted to make sure that we were on the same page with how we're doing it. Okay, Mike Nichols was Diane Sawyer's husband.
I didn't know that.
I appreciate that. Love the tidbits. Mike Nichols had some, yeah, he did. I was like, holy crap, he did The Graduate.
Yes,
that's a home run. All right, So the music. What did you think of the music and the sounds in this movie?
Mm,
I was
well,
like, what's that
you
noise? I don't know what you're talking about.
and then when he said that, it goes.
It's hitting it.
I give it an 8.
Okay. Yeah, I gave a bonus point for that. Okay, Wild Card again as a comedy. I didn't want to call this a sci-fi movie because it was really about present day, even though he was an alien.
Right.
So I'm calling it a comedy. What would you rate this on a 1 to 10 for a comedy?
I guess I'll give it 7.
7. Okay. All right. I'm going to tally your scores and get the card ready. Let's go on to hot seat question number 2. Take it away, Rich.
Hot seat question number 2, guy. What is your go-to movie snack or beverage for theater and at home?
Usually at the theater, we go do popcorn, extra butter, and do the straw trick where you got to butter it yourself. You put the straw in the little fountain and you sink it in the bag.
So you can get it down in there.
Yeah.
That sounded like an obscene reference, but I didn't mean it.
Mm-hmm.
And at home, a lot of times we eat dinner while we're watching the movie.
I watch a movie. Yeah.
Oh. Nice.
Nice.
So, what's your favorite candy when you're eating at the when you're at the theater? If you had to pick one candy.
Well, if we get candy, we usually sneak it in, and I gotta go Reese's Cups.
Oh, nice. See, I like Reese's Cup too, but I gotta put them in the freezer so they're nice and cold and hard.
Never tried that. I need to try that.
Yeah. I do that with my chocolate covered banana chips when I can take them. That's my candy preference. My wife likes the Lifesavers gummies. That's her thing. Sometimes Skittles.
I haven't
Like
had them since I was a child, but you're talking about chocolate covered stuff. My mom used to do chocolate covered peanuts, and I liked that a lot when I was younger.
Yeah.
I love chocolate covered raisins too.
Yeah.
So good answers, guy.
Good answers. Love those answers. All right, let's go to the final scores. As I drop the question, final scores on What Planet Are You From coming in 5th place. IMDb gives us a 5.6. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 42%. Audience score 29%. Rich, you gave it a 63. I gave it a 50. Guy, your score is a 78.
And look at that score difference from last
Yeah.
movie. The guy's right around the same with his last score.
Yeah, because his What Planet Are You From? He scored that higher than The Man Who Knew Too Little, so he's kind of on track with our order. But let's go on to the next movie. Which one do you think is number 4?
I'm going to try The Man with One Red Shoe again.
Yep, you got that one right. The Man with One Red Shoe comes in at number 4. And
for me, this was just about as good as his Pinocchio.
Oh.
I know he's young. He's still learning the craft.
He's still fresh off of like Bachelor Party and that kind of stuff with this one. So he's not at his full acting capability.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see that. I understand.
Go
ahead, Rich.
I just before I watched this, I watched Captain Phillips.
Oh,
Captain Phillips, that's it. And he's fantastic in that. And then I watched this.
Great movie.
I was like, oof.
And you're
But
like,
then
what
again,
the hell?
yeah. But again, he's young, learning the
Yeah.
craft.
Yeah. It's like shooting a bullet and throwing it
Right.
as far as the acting goes. But I don't know. This one I have special love for. I really like this movie. I think it's fun. The music reminds me of Real Genius. Real Genius is my favorite movie.
Mhm.
So my favorite comedy of all time. So I like this one, and just want to bring this one up again. I
He's got boobies.
love seeing Carrie Fisher in a bikini. So and Lori Singer is gorgeous.
Yeah, she
She's
is.
she's amazingly gorgeous, and
Memory.
and then you got a whole bunch of other people.
Of course, I'll rewatch this, but memory for me, I was kept thinking, hey Jeffrey,
What's up, Jeff?
I kept thinking that it was in my mind. I had a vision that it was Daryl Hannah was the part of
that would be Splash.
Yes, I know that,
but I get it. That totally makes sense. Blonde, tall, that and Tom Hanks. Yeah, because Meg Ryan never came to mind, but I could see how this would be mixed up with Daryl Hannah.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. But, aside from the monkey sounds, which I absolutely loved, what did you think about the cast here? How would you give the cast based on recognition?
well, I might as well say 10, but James Belushi, Carrie Fisher, Lori Singer, Tom Hanks, uh, can't remember the old guy's name, but the tall guy was in Lost Boys.
Right.
Played the vampire in Lost Boys.
Yeah.
Squiggy is also in there.
Yeah, you gotta count Squiggy.
Yeah.
And well, you're at a 10.
Yeah.
But did you count Dabney Coleman?
Oh, I meant to, but yeah.
Because I figured you would have recognized him, because I mean 9 to 5, Cloak and Dagger. That's how I recognize him, because I love Cloak and Dagger. That's like one of my favorite childhood movies.
Didn't you just get a special box out of that?
Yeah, I got the Vinegar Syndrome, like expensively got the Vinegar Syndrome box, but I wanted it, so
maybe Miss Caveman can put it in the chat, but Dabney Coleman is in a TV series that I got her to watch. That it's like a lawyer type TV series. I can't remember the name of it, but he plays the dad to the guy who's from How Stella Got a Groove Back, the blonde-headed guy. But anyways, he plays a great role in that.
Okay.
TV.
All right. Well, we're at a 10 for cast. What did you think of the acting here?
I still got to kind of go high. I know Tom Hanks wasn't Tom Hanks he is today, but just the cast as a whole, pulling everything together, I gotta say 8.
Okay. All right, let's go to the plot. Before I do, so 1985 was when this movie came out. Had a budget of $16 million, made $8.6 million in the box office. Okay. Okay, here we go with the plot. A man picked randomly out of a crowd is made the target of CIA surveillance and pursuit.
Yeah, it's kind of not good.
Kind of a Debbie Downer on that one.
Yeah.
All right, what would you give that? How likely would you be to watch that on a 1 to 10 without knowing who was in it?
5.
Okay. All right, the ending. What did you think of the ending here? More monkey noise, but
yeah. Yeah, Carrie Fisher got back with her husband.
Right.
Spoiler alert, but I don't have to give it. I'll go 7.
Okay. All right. And what did you think of the story?
Story was really clever, I thought. So I gotta go 9.
Okay. Like it. And the thing, this is where, in this one, there's a lot of similarities between this one and The Man Who Knew Too Little.
Right.
But the biggest difference was Tom Hanks never pretended to be a spy at
Right.
all. He didn't.
Right.
He had no idea what was going on
Right.
until like at the very end. And I really dug that about the story because he never claimed to be a spy. He never did. He just did these random things that people were like, "Why would he do that? Why would he catch your hair in the zipper? He's got to be a spy." Nobody would be that stupid.
Right.
I've cut other things in my zipper, but that's a different conversation. Miss Caveman says Dabney Coleman was in The Guardian. Is that the one you're talking about?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's get into the script. What did you think of the script here on a 1 to 10?
I gotta go 9.
Okay. And the visuals.
This I'm gonna give it a hit of a 5.
Okay.
I don't know if you noticed, but when James Belushi, when he wrecks his bike, he goes over the thing or whatever.
Yeah, goes over the picnic table into the water.
Right.
Yeah.
He's holding a pair of handlebars in his hand.
Yeah.
But handlebars are still on the bike.
Handlebars were still on the bike when he got to. Yep.
That.
Yeah. That's an edit issue.
Then,
so yeah.
And then the whole unbelievable stuff like Tom Hanks riding his bike over the Volkswagen and stuff like that.
Yeah. I agree with that. There were a few little glitches in that movie, but yeah, I think they were just throwing that together in his comedy stage, but I still had fun with the comedy. But yeah, I gave the visuals a 5, and I think Rich, you did as well. So
yeah,
we were all kind of on the same page with that. All right, so director. So it was directed by Stan Dragotti, who died in 2018. Rest in peace. He directed movies like Mr. Mom, She's Out of Control, and Dirty Little Billy. Not very many movies. Necessary Roughness was another one of his.
Necessary Roughness, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
The one with
he did this movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's been forever since I've seen that movie.
So what would you give the direction here on a 1 to 10?
I'll go an 8.
Okay. Now the music. What did you think of the music here? Whoa.
Well,
did it black out for you guys?
No.
I heard kind of like a little stutter on your end, but
that was weird. My screen went completely black, and I was like, but I could still hear you guys. All right, so I'm back. I must have had a little. We got some wind and stuff coming, so I think we got a storm on the way, so I might have some internet issues. Anyway, music.
Well, he his character wrote some of the music himself.
Yeah,
but I gotta go 8.
Okay. Yeah, I went pretty high for this too because again, my classical upbringing, I loved the violin work. And then there were a couple of songs that I really liked, and also the score, like the music that you'd hear in between scenes and stuff, really reminded me of Real Genius. And I tried to find whether that was the same composer that did that, but I couldn't end up getting a confirmation on that between those two movies. Dirty Little Billy sounds like that one belongs on age verification.
That's what I said. It sounds like a porno.
It's a Dirty Little Billy. That's all I know. I've never seen it.
Don't lie, Dave. You own it.
No, I've seen Dirty Little Dave, but that's every time I look in the movie. That's a totally different movie. All right, so we're going to go to the wild card. And again, comedy. How would you rate the comedy here on a 1 to 10?
I'm going to go 10.
Okay.
Oof. I love you, guy.
It's just my sense of humor. I mean,
yeah, and we love your sense of humor in the chat, brother. It's
you keep
hilarious.
the chat lively, man.
Yeah, you make the chat lively. We come in and you give us something in the chat, like when you made me sing, the Balls Hang Low song. I was like, I didn't catch it till I was about halfway through, and I was like, oh crap, he's making me sing his dick. And I'm like, well, I already started. I might as well finish. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. All right, so while I tell you the numbers here,
at least once you realize it, you put a little zing on the end.
that actually went into the song after that.
Yeah.
Instead of just reading it, I was like, oh no, I know what he's doing. Yeah. So, all right, I'm gonna go to the tally here while I do that. Hot seat question number 3. Rich, take it away.
Hot seat question number 3. Besides the movies in your Hi-5, what's one movie you can watch on repeat right now?
I saw this question earlier, and I was racking my brain.
Kitty.
No, it's not that movie.
Wasn't my kitty.
No, it was mine.
Not my kitty. I don't have a kitty. My dog's
Rosie
right next to me.
I don't want to just say like Empire Strikes Back, but I don't know. Maybe I guess it depends kind of mood I'm in.
Yeah.
Like if I want to watch something that's kind of thought provoking or whatever, maybe Dead Poet Society or Good Will Hunting. But if it's more of a pick me up kind of movie, maybe Top Gun or something like that.
All great answers, man.
Nice.
And I like how you said that. Depends on what mood you're in.
Depends on the mood. Yeah, I mean, if I'm in the mood for a sci-fi movie, I'll throw in Serenity or Fifth Element or something like that. But if I want a comedy, I'll throw in Evolution or Real Genius or something to that effect. Galaxy Quest.
Fifth Element, something I'll watch. If it's one of those things, if you're channel surfing, you'll stop, and watch it from wherever it's at.
Yeah. All right, let's go to our final scores on The Man with One Red Shoe, coming in 4th place. Here we go. IMDb is giving this as 5.7. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 47%. Audience score 40%. Rich, you gave it a 48. I gave it a 67. And Guy gave it a 79.
Good score, Guy. I do like that movie poster.
Yeah, I like the movie poster too. I was like, oh, I like that. I'd put that in my living room with all my movie posters. I'd add that. All right, we got 3 more. What do you think comes in at number 3?
I'm going to say Titan AE.
Oh. Sliding Doors comes in at number 3. And this was a first time watch for me too.
Yeah. I liked this.
This was interesting. I had my problems with it.
Yeah.
But I'm going to get to it in a second, but I'm just going to say the ending had hit home for me. And it's kind of weird that I would say that.
David at the end.
Even though this is kind of like an alternate timeline type of deal, but
it's borderline time travel.
Yeah, it's interesting. Parallel universe, or however you want to call it.
I like how they played with it. I like how they did it.
Yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, this was an interesting watch. I enjoyed it. But
this is a movie I did. This is a movie I did with Dell on the movie swap. This is one of the ones that
you gave it to him, or
yes.
Okay. So Dell, what'd you think of this one? Or are you in there? Oh, Brian's here. What's up, Brian?
What's up, Brian?
Hey, Brian.
Don't you hate it when you're in midstream?
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, saw sliding doors for the first time thanks to God. So yeah, Dell, what'd you think of it?
Did you like it?
I'd like to get your take on it too. But yeah, I mean, you recommended this on a movie swap to Dell. You recommended it to us. Was this a blind buy? What got you into this one?
this was a definite blind buy where just there was nothing that I hadn't already seen yet, and so I just threw $12 at it or whatever it was at the time, and then discovered it. Now this is one that I'm worried about scoring because I don't know very much of the cast. I mean, I only know 3 of the actors.
Okay. Well, let's get right to it then. Yeah, Dell said he enjoyed it. The dual storylines were creative. Yeah, I thought that way too. All right, so let's get to the cast here. So you said there are 3 people you know by name and face?
Yeah, Hannah,
right?
Gwyneth Paltrow, of course, and Janine Triplehorn.
Right. That's pretty much where I was at. So yeah, you're at a 6 then.
And I don't know who. I don't even remember who directed this, or so I don't know about their other filmology, or like I said,
But is this technically? This is technically a foreign film.
I would say so.
Well, I think it takes place in the UK. So
I think it was released overseas, and not. I don't think it got a theatrical release here, unless David has, specs on that.
Let me look at the specs on it.
Should we give it the
I did not score it as a foreign film.
Neither did I. It just dawned on me too.
I scored it. I scored it as United States, even though it does say countries of origin, United Kingdom, United States. So that it has to be, and we have to consider it. Now this had a $6 million budget and made $11.8 million in the box office. So this is the first one that's actually made
a profit.
made a profit. It's from 1998. It's PG-13, and it's an hour 39 minutes.
And that's the theme with all these movies. I think the longest one was No Way Out.
Yeah. So, and this is the thing. So we're going to get to the plot score in a second, but I want to call out those 2 pictures. I grabbed those on purpose. But let's get to the acting. So what do you think of the acting here on a 1 to 10?
I'll give it a 7.
Okay. And all right, so let's go to the plot. It says a London woman's love life and career both hinge, unknown to her, on whether or not she catches a train. We see it both ways in parallel. Now, how likely would you be to watch this on a 1 to 10 based on that?
I guess I'll give it a 6.
Okay. Yeah, I was like,
interested in what you guys. When I'm giving my scores, I'm interested in what you guys, what your all's take is on it.
Yeah, I was not interested in this movie. I was like, nah.
I gave it a 4.
I gave it a 3. I was like, no, this would not be something. And it wasn't just for the fact that I've never heard of this. And Gwyneth Paltrow, I mean, she might not have been that popular back then, but she's a big actress. So I would have looked this up in her filmography, and I don't remember knowing anything about this movie. I don't remember seeing it in Blockbuster or anything like that. So, and I haven't seen John Hannah have this much sex since Spartacus. But this one, it was interesting the way that they did the dual timeline, it was interesting. And going back to the pictures here, because it was based on this one instance where in one case she misses the train, and in the next case she makes the train, and how her life changed just based on that. And I thought that was really interesting. You guys didn't even see my hand gestures, so I'm glad. But
the catalyst to that, whether she made it or not, though, is also kind of, I think, important. Is it was when she missed it, she ran into a child on the stairs. When she made it, the parent pulled the child out of her way.
Yeah,
and she just barely made it. It wasn't like,
it wasn't like, yeah, she hit that door and forced it open so she could get in. She just barely got it. And yeah, it was all about the girl. Either she got out of the way or the parent pulled the child out of the way. And that was just like a second or two difference where she made it or just barely missed the train. And it was really interesting. And this is where I'm going to lead to the ending. What did you think of the ending here on a 1 to 10?
It's kind of sad, but I guess I'll give it an 8.
Okay. I gave it an 8 as well. Rich gave it a 6. But the point I wanted to make with this is where it kind of hit home for me. Because I am a firm believer in soulmates. I think that you will absolutely meet your soulmate at some point in your life, but it's all about timing.
Yep.
It's not just meeting your soulmate, it's meeting your soulmate at the right time in the right place.
Right.
And that's what I saw here when it came to the end, because it reminded me of my wife and I. Going back to high school, my wife and I have seen each other in multiple capacities until we actually finally met. And to where the synchronicities just had to line up in the right place at the right time. Because when she first saw me, I was a freshman in high school and she had already graduated, but she came to the school to pick up her sister and saw me. And the first time I saw her, I was working at a men's clothing store and she was working at the store right next door. And we had seen each other at that point, but never crossed paths in, thought of each other in any romantic sense or anything like that. Right. It wasn't until later that I was working in a video rental shop, much like Hollywood Video. It was called The Movie Man. And she came in as a customer and I was instantly enamored. And we've been together ever since. So I think meeting soulmates has to happen at the right time,
I agree,
just as much as it is meeting that person. And
because
too,
when you meet that soulmate, you feel it. There's just there's no denying. Like when you, I say electricity. I don't know if that's the right word, but like when you touch, like you get that first hug or that first kiss from that soulmate, you know they're right away.
I also think it's talking about timing or whatever. Like if you would have met back then when you were younger, you may have been too immature for her.
I'm still too immature.
Well, yeah, I know that. I know we all know that.
I mean, it's standard. Now I'm a guy. It's just not
right. But what I'm trying to say is that it wouldn't have worked out the way it did if you would have met each other
at a different time. If it would have, and that was the thing with the alternate timeline, when they met each other on the train, that was too soon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because it ended up tragic.
All right.
So having them meet at the end, the timing was better.
Right.
So yeah, that's why I gave it an 8. That was my my highest score on this movie because I really liked that, and it definitely hit home for me. So yeah, thank you, brother. Are the cats still making a ruckus?
Yeah, that's my cats now. It's that time of the fucking night.
Oh,
They
it's
need to
that
run
time of the
around and fucking fight.
where they're round one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So let's get to the rest of our scores here. We are on story. What did you think of the story on a 1 to 10?
I got to give it a 9.
Okay. I like it. And what did you think of the script?
I got to go 8.
Okay. And the visuals.
I'm going to go 10.
Oh, okay. I'm taking it. All right. So let's talk about the director. You said you didn't know who the director was. Peter Howitt is the director. And other works of his are Johnny English, Antitrust, Dangerous Parking, and then a couple of series, Defying Gravity and The Armstrong and Miller Show. Laws of Attraction is another one of his. He seems to do a lot of TV movies. But looking at that stuff, how would you rate his direction here on a 1 to 10?
I'll give it an 8.
Okay. And the music.
It depends on if you're a I forget the singer that they were talking about in the beginning. You know, I forget what singer it was, but
Oh,
because
I can't remember off the top of my head.
it depends if you're that fan of that singer or whatever. But it wasn't as strong as
Wait, Elton John?
Elton John. Yes.
Yeah.
But the music, as far as the overall theme and stuff, didn't think did as well as the others.
Yeah.
So I'll do a 6.
Okay. All right. And wild card. I'm calling this a drama. It does have kind of a sci-fi element to it, but I'm still going to call it a drama. How would you rate this as a drama on a 1 to 10?
No, don't you dare.
I didn't catch your score, guy.
I'll go 8.
Don't you dare, guy. Don't you dare call it an 8.
Go. Sorry.
All right. I'm going to tally the numbers. Hot seat question number 4. Rich, take it away.
Hot seat question number 4. Who would be on your Mount Rushmore of actors and actresses? They can be combined. It doesn't have to be 4 men, 4 women. Just 4 people that you think deserve to be on Mount Rushmore.
Like no matter what movie it was, if you saw
Gary
that they were in it,
Bill Murray. No,
Bill Murray, Tom Hanks, Gwyneth Paltrow, and whatever that dude is. Dabney Coleman.
Yeah.
No.
I have to say Kevin Costner, De Niro, Sean Connery. I know there's women out there I like. I just can't think of any right now. I don't know. I kind of I want to say Tom Cruise.
I second that.
Yeah. Might not be Miss Caveman's favorite, but you like it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I might not have a spot in the bed tonight, but
Might not turn the electric blanket on for you, but
Yeah.
it's gonna be cold. All right, let's go to our final scores on Sliding Doors. It's coming in third place for us, but not necessarily for you. So check out your score. IMDb is giving this a 6.7. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 65. Audience score 77. Rich, you gave it a 56. I gave it a 64. And Guy, you gave it a 76.
Yep.
So actually your lowest score so far.
Yeah. I still love this movie. I mean, it's
No, just because it's the lowest score doesn't mean it's not a good movie. Hunger's in your room before you're sleeping on the couch. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to you. Come on, Miss Caveman. It was my fault.
Not funny.
All right, we got two more left.
well.
So
This is definitely gonna be Titan A.
Is it? Nope.
Oh my gosh!
So
You don't
number
know how
two.
thrilled I am.
Yeah. Number 2 is No Way Out.
I like this.
Was this the first time watch for you, Rich?
Yep.
Yeah. Not for me, but
Yeah.
this is a good movie.
Mm-hmm. The ending I didn't see coming.
Yeah, no, I love the ending. This has one of the best twists.
Mm-hmm. At first I was like, did I miss something? Or just because like, whoa, wait a minute.
Wait, what the hell?
Yeah, and it just ends. And I like that.
Yeah. So it's from 1987, rated R. It's an hour and 54 minutes. And I think, Rich, you're right. This is the longest movie in the 6-pack, which, I do tend to finish a 6-pack pretty fast. We have a budget of 15 million. And this is, I believe, the highest. No, it may not be the highest grossing movie. I have to check Titan A to be sure, but 35.5 million in the box office. So it definitely made the biggest profit so far. I mean, Kevin Costner and Gene Hackman. You got, uh-oh. Oh, guy, you're on the couch. Brian loves this movie. I did too. I really enjoyed this. This was my favorite. This was my favorite of the group. But I really enjoyed it. So Guy, let's go to the cast on this. Who do you know and what score do we give for the cast?
I think this is probably gonna be an 8 or 9. I know the guy who
What are you doing, Noki?
with Gene Hackman. I can't think of his name, but
Will
he was
Patton?
Postman. Also, he played the bad guy in the Postman. Then Kevin Costner, of course, and Sean Young and Gene Hackman.
So you got a 7? Did you?
I think I'm at a 9 because I named 4 actors and then
Yeah, I think it's a 9.
And one that
Yeah.
I know.
Rich and I are both at a 10 on the cast. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, great cast in this. And
there's definitely a lot there I know or I've seen before. I don't know the name.
Yeah. But yeah, I gotta give. So yeah, Kevin Costner, Gene Hackman, Sean Young, Will Patton. Another one that I recognized was Iman, who's definitely
the model.
Supermodel, but she was in this movie.
Oh yeah, yeah, because she's married to David Bowie. I knew that.
Yeah, Fred Thompson, who was
I knew that too.
The bald guy. He was Marshall.
We were talking about Miss Caveman and I were talking about it because he was ran for president.
Sure did.
Yeah.
There's an funny, interesting fact about when he ran for president. He based his claim on that he was driving across America in his pickup truck, but his pickup truck would show up outside of town of places. He would fly there, jump in his pickup
It
truck.
would fly there and then get in the truck, and or they tow it on the back. They just bring it on the plane and land and whatnot. Flew all over the place in a C-130 and then pull the pickup truck out.
I don't know how they got. I don't know if somebody else drove the truck from
Somebody else drove the truck from town to town, and he would get it like at the city limits and then drive it through. That's funny. I don't care who you are.
And he was on. I think Leno was doing Carson at the time, or
okay.
He was on the Tonight Show, and he showed up at the Tonight Show in the truck.
Nice. All right, let's go to the acting. What did you think of the acting here on a 1 to 10?
I go 9.
9. Nice. All right. I went 7. And Rich, I think, went 6, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I went 6.
Yeah, you went 6.
Mm-hmm.
And my reason for the 7, Sean Young can't act her way out of a paper bag. She is awful. She is absolutely horrendous. She's got nice boobies. There's a lot of boobies in this one. But nope. I thought Will Patton was awesome. I
don't like him in this.
I liked him in this. I wanted him over the top. I mean, it's 87. I expected him to be over the top.
I mean, he played like a very unlikable character.
Yeah.
In my opinion, that kind of, to me, that can, I think, if you don't like the character, that can also affect your opinion on their.
And I'm not a fan of Gene Hackman. I don't think he's.
Yeah, you're not a fan of Gene Hackman. I remember that. I thought he was basic here. I wasn't. And I thought Kevin Costner was pretty basic. But yeah, Will Patton, I think, stole the show for me because I really liked him in this. And this is not the first movie where he portrays a homosexual. This is, well, it might be his first one, but he portrayed a homosexual in another movie. And that was Punisher with John Travolta and Thomas Jane, where he was the assistant guy, the right hand. Same thing as Gene Hackman. He was the right hand and accused of having an affair with his wife and that kind of stuff. And then come to find out he was a homosexual the whole time. So really, I saw parallels between how he played this character and how he played that one in The Punisher. So that was a real interesting point that I saw when I was watching the movie. But let's move on to the plot. And this one says, a cover-up and witch hunt occur after a politician accidentally kills his mistress. And go. What would you rate that on a 1 to 10 based on just hearing that, not knowing who was in it? How likely would you be to watch this movie?
5.
Okay. Yeah, I'm like, I do like the cover-up thing, but so I went a little bit higher than that, but Rich was also a 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the ending. What did you think of the ending here on a 1 to 10?
I gotta go 9.
Okay. Yeah, Rich and I were at a 10. We loved that twist at the end. Best part of the movie. And just when you think that the whole thing with Yuri was complete bullshit.
Yeah.
Right.
You get just slapped in the face with a twist at the end that just set me off. I was like, oh my God, I remember that. And it was great revisiting.
Yeah.
That's a very cool twist. All right. So what did you think of the story on a 1 to 10?
9.
9. Like it. What'd you think of the script?
8.
Okay. I like it. I think, yeah, I was at an 8 and Rich was at a 7 for that. All right. What'd you think of the visuals here?
There wasn't like.
Yeah.
Remember, you got to take into account the boobies too, because that's visuals.
Boobies. Yeah. Bonus point for the boobies from me. I should have given 2 points, but that was totally different thing.
I'll go 8.
All right. I like it. We went quite a bit lower on that. It was a lot of that funky 80s visuals, like when they have the camera really low and they're jumping over him. They're jumping over the camera, or the camera is on the stairs and you just see the feet. And I was like, I'm not digging that. So yeah, I went 5 and Rich went 4 for that. But
so you're saying it was a defeat?
I says it was the agony of defeat. All right. So direction, it was directed by Roger Donaldson, who directed such gems as The World's Fastest Indian, The Bounty, and Species.
I like Species.
And November Man, also another good movie. The Bank Job with Jason Statham. So what would you rate the direction here on a 1 to 10?
If you've never seen World's Fastest Indian, Rich, I'd recommend it to you.
World's Fastest Indian, great movie.
Put it on my watch list.
I guess 8.
Okay. And the music, soundtrack, sound effects. What do you think of the music here on a 1 to 10?
I guess I'll go 7.
Okay. And wild card, I have this as a thriller. So how would you rate this as a thriller on a 1 to 10?
I gotta go 10.
Okay. Yeah, it does scream that this is a great thriller, and that what makes the thriller is the twist at the end, and I loved it. So yeah, I went 8 and Rich went 7. So we all liked it. All right, one more hot seat question, my brother, and then we have one more movie to do while I tally the scores. So hot seat question number 5, Rich, go.
Hot seat question number 5. Caveman, give us your most surprising hot take. One movie you can't stand that everyone seems to love. He's thinking, guys. He's thinking.
Yeah. Not that one.
What'd she yell?
She said meow.
Meow.
Oh.
I thought somebody yelled something.
That's not the Garfield movie, no.
No. Pretty bad though, but no.
Hey, there's a new Garfield movie coming out, actually.
Oh.
Chris Pratt.
2 kitties. One movie I can't stand that everybody loves.
I know me and Dave agree on this.
It's a movie that somebody talks about that you just go, ugh.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, I hate Pulp Fiction. That's one that we can agree on.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of us like Pulp Fiction, and that's one that everybody seems to love.
Yeah. As
Quentin Tarantino's home run, and I don't care. For it at all.
I know. Yeah, I've got one.
Definitely, Del. It's on Prime.
Yeah.
No. Is it on Prime?
It's on Prime.
It's on Prime.
Yeah.
It's on Pluto TV also, but it's on Prime.
I think that's where I watched it.
Night of the Hunter. I can't stand that movie. And everybody
I didn't care for that.
I
agree.
I bought it on Tim Talkie's recommendation, and then I watched it on as part of the something rotten in my collection, and to me, it was something rotten. I just didn't.
In your collection.
I just didn't get the appeal of can't remember. Was it Cliff Robertson? I can't remember the main guy, but I just didn't get the appeal of it. Just turned me off.
I've never seen it, so
Yeah.
if you're saying it's rotten,
You talk. I mean, you talk to a lot of people like Tim Talks Talkies, or a lot of people that are, I would say, are more.
The
No,
like,
I want to say more intelligent on their movie choices, but like 20th and 21st century movies. I know he likes it a lot. I just don't understand that.
yeah. Night of the Hunter, is that Richard Chamberlain? Ooh. Like,
he hates it, but he's got it right there.
Well, I got it here
I'm
because I got
teasing you.
all the movies that I did. I've done in the rotten, but
yeah, you did something on your collection, so you have them out still.
yeah, I haven't made it back to the shelf yet.
Oh, trying to remember if I'm thinking of the right one.
I think it's like Robert Mitchum or somebody like that.
Oh, so it's the 1955 one.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Robert Mitchum, Shelley Winters.
Yeah.
That one I have not seen, but the reboot, I think it's the reboot, stars Richard Chamberlain. It's from 1991, and that one was complete hornswoggle. It was awful.
It just has. It's just. It's got religion in it, and it's got a bunch of different child abuse. It just didn't.
Yeah, that turns me off. I don't like child abuse movies. But 1955, I guess you kind of get that crap. All right, that's a good call. I can appreciate that for sure. Let's go to our final scores on No Way Out. Coming in second place, IMDb is giving this a 7.1. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 92%. Audience score 72%. Rich, you gave it a 66. I gave it a 75. Guy, you gave it an 82. So that is your highest scored movie so far.
It was a good pick.
All right. Yeah, that was my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
If I just don't hear people talk about it very much.
Yeah. So that's an opposite. Chris liked Morbius. Other people hated it.
Hey, remember, all film is subjective.
All film is subjective. Wait, I've got my banner.
I love Clerks 2. Dave hates Clerks 2.
I don't like any of the Clerks except the ending of 3. And not because the credits rolled and it was done.
I watched Clerks 3 this weekend. That was a blubbering mess. I was crying. I don't know if I was on my period or what.
You made me watch Clerks 3. And I was like, God damn it. You made me watch that damn movie. And then I was this movie sucks. This movie sucks. This movie sucks. And then I liked the ending. I was like, damn it, Rich. The ending of the movie. So you really caught me. But yeah, Clerks 1 and 2. No, I'd rather take sandpaper to my nuts than watch those two movies. All right. Number one movie of the night. And Caveman, again, thanks for joining us on the show. But your number one movie out of the pick, the 6-pack, is Titan AE.
I didn't like this movie when I first saw it, but I enjoyed it this time around watching it.
Yeah. I was
some of the stuff is, I guess, like the animation and stuff is dated, but it was technological for the time.
Yeah.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah. No, it was fun revisiting this.
Mhm.
This is from 2000. It's rated PG. It's an hour and 34 minutes. And let's get the specs on it. Budget on it was 75 million, and it made 36.7 million in the box office worldwide. So it did not make its money back, but of the movies that we have, it did make the most money. It just No Way Out had the lowest budget and the highest
Right.
profit. Yeah. Brian liked Kirk's too. I'm glad you did, Brian. I mean, a lot of people do. I'm just not a fan. People love the Scream franchise. I think it's a bit operated. I'm pretty sure you meant overrated.
Autocorrect.
It's a bit operated, yes. I own Titan AE, but I haven't seen it yet. Wow,
Dude, check
it's
it
been
out
a
now.
while, bro. You need to get on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, overrated. I thought so. Love Titan AE, saw it in the theaters, Don Bluth film. Yeah. So
And thank you,
yeah,
Guy, for this too, because I didn't have this in my collection, and now I do.
yeah. And I did have this, so we blow the dust off of it and put that in the player, and I was like, I was really enjoying it. And yeah, the first time I watched it, I know I didn't give it as good of a score as I did this time.
I didn't like it when I first watched it.
I was like, I remember the first time I was like, that was all right.
Yeah.
But I appreciated it more this time. And I don't know, because we've been reviewing these movies so much this year, that it was like I could sit back and appreciate certain bits of the movie that I just overlooked before.
And that's I'm glad you said that, because I really think that's it.
Yeah.
Is this I mean, I know you guys did like Elemental and stuff like that, but is this like the first animation one that you've done in like a Hi-5 thing?
I think so. Outside of mine, didn't I have an animated one of mine? Didn't I have Jungle Book in mine?
I don't know if it was in your Hi-5? It might have been. It might have been your Hi-5, or it might have been in your like top 5, your top 10 animated when we did that.
Yeah. But I don't remember having an animated movie.
I don't remember having an animated. I know we had Evan on the top 10 Disney movies, but that wasn't a Hi-5.
I mean, bringing the whole show to
no, I can't think of. No, that's a good question though.
That's a good question. No, I don't think so. I'm looking at our list for the Hi-5s. I don't think we've had.
This movie was the one that pushed this to be a 6-pack of movies.
I'm glad you picked
one
it.
because I wanted to be a Nerf herder, tie-in somewhat.
Yeah,
I think it's the same.
Yeah, I have the DVD also.
Mine's over there.
Well, I think we all have the same version.
Yeah. All right. So let's go to the cast. Now, this is an interesting thing because when you're talking about the cast, you're basically watching the movie, and when you hear the characters' voices, do you recognize the actors? So same deal. 2 points if you're like, oh, I know who that is. 1 point if you're like, well, I recognize that voice, but I can't remember who that is. So what do you think for the cast here?
Nathan Lane, Janine Garofalo, Matt Damon, Drew Barrymore, Bill Pullman.
10. Yeah. I was that way too. Rich, you gave it a 4. So
I only recognized 2 voices.
Yeah.
And that was Matt Damon and Drew Barrymore.
sometimes that's a good thing. But yeah, I was like, oh, I know who that is. I know who that is. It's like, but it didn't really take away from the movie as much as I think it might have the first time I watched it. All right. So what do you think of the acting here? I know they're voice acting, but so what did you think of the voice acting in this?
That's something you might have to do on your scores because I don't know how to voice acting and acting in person. I mean, it's 50% of it has got to be the artist and how the artist is
I think
See,
voice acting is harder.
displaying the
Yeah.
emotion, stuff like that.
Yeah. But they've got to be able to display the emotions in their words, and you hear it in the tone of their voice. And
yeah, I get that, but it's not.
And also,
That's if the well, maybe that's your point, but if the visual isn't impactful as the story needs it to be, or and the actors trying to trying to fill in that thing with their voice acting. I don't know. It's just I'm going to give this kind of a shitty score because I feel like that something has to be given to the art.
Yeah.
But just on the cast by themselves, I'm going to go 5.
Okay. That's okay. All right, let's go to the plot. It says a young man learns that he has to find a hidden Earth ship before an enemy alien species does in order to secure the survival of humanity.
Exactly.
Rich's cat is doing it a bad score. That's not it. That's Caveman's cat.
That's Caveman's. We got a lot of pussy on this show tonight.
There's a lot of pussy on this show. Me and my dog are feeling left out. Stacey says Titanium is so good, needs an upgrade, but it's under that silly ass mouse umbrella now, so probably not likely.
Yeah.
All right. So based on that plot, how likely would you be to watch it?
6.
Yeah, that's what I gave it. Rich gave it a 5. All right. What do you think of the ending on a 1 to 10?
I'll go 9.
6 cats. Holy shit.
They live on a farm, so a lot of them are outside most of the time.
Oh, okay, outside cats. All right.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah.
That makes sense. I'm like, wow, there's a lot of pussy in the house. All right. So, story. So, what do you think of the story?
Give it a 9.
Okay. Good score. All right. And script.
I'm going to go 8.
Okay. Okay. Visuals. This is where you're talking about the art and and all that stuff. So
I mean, I want to give it a perfect score, but I can't because it's dated. So I'll do.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Well, you can still give it a perfect score based on when you first saw it.
Yeah, I think. I'm sorry, but I think.
I still think the artwork's really good.
Yeah, I think it's better than some of the stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I did not give it a perfect score. It did not get a 10 from me, but
he got a 10 from me.
He gave it a 10. I gave it a 9. So you can do with that what you will.
I'll do 9. I'll do 9.
All right.
That's the dog.
Shout Factory released Fern Gully, and that's a Fox title, and a Don animated film. So there is some hope. All right, there's some hope. Don Bluth.
I've never seen Fern Gully.
I have seen Fern Gully. I did not care for that. But
definitely much better animated movies out there than that one.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of which, let's talk about direction. So this is directed by Don Bluth and Gary Goldman. Not Gary Oldman, Gary Goldman.
Yeah.
So Don Bluth, he's, The Secret of Nim, Anastasia, All Dogs Go to Heaven. In a lot of these, he's an animator as well as a director. So I'm trying to get his Robin Hood, Winnie the Pooh, The Rescuers, Pete's Dragon. I'm like, wow, there's some crazy stuff. But as a director, just as a director, Anastasia, Bartok the Magnificent, Dragon's Lair 3D, and that's the video game. So he did that. He directed that. Thumbelina, Rockadoodle, The Land Before Time, the first one. That's my favorite.
Oh, I love The Land Before Time.
An American Tail. He did he did the original Dragon's
Jimmy
Lair.
Stewart's last movie.
Yeah.
American Tail was Jimmy Stewart's last movie.
Oh, right. That is right. Yep.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
All right. So going by that direction, what would you give directing here on a 1 to 10?
I'll give it an 8.
Okay. I like it. What would you give the music? Soundtrack, score. 9?
Because there was a band that actually wrote songs for this. They're not around anymore, but if you watch the extra features on the disc, Rich, they have the music video, and then they talk about the band and the genesis of them writing the song.
What's the band?
Oh, I don't know if it says it or not.
It's not on the box. It just says music video over my head. It doesn't say who performs it, but I could look that up.
Yeah, just by the song.
And they're both black.
Oh. Is it? Oh, I guess it's lit.
Yeah, lit.
Okay. I was like, because it says lit music video, and I was like, oh, that means it's cool. No. It's Lit is the name of the band. So it does say Lit music video. So Lit is the name of the band.
I do know that band.
Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it.
I did like it. I gave the music a 7, and Rich, I think you gave it a 6, and I actually had a 6, but I gave a bonus point for having Creed in the trailer because I'm a huge Creed fan, so I had to give a bonus point for that song being in the trailer.
Yeah, I like Creed too.
Space Ace video game. I did see that. Of all his movies he directed that David named, I liked Anastasia the best. All right, Brian, cool. And American Tail is top tier. In America, there are no cats.
Except because they're all at fucking Caveman's house.
They're all at Caveman's house. He's got half the population of cats, I think.
Yeah.
All right. Speaking of pussy, let's talk about the wild card. So the wild card, this is an animated movie. So as an animated movie, what would you rate this on a 1 to 10?
9.
Okay.
I mean, anybody who hasn't seen this movie, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, I agree.
I really enjoyed this on the second time watch.
Me too.
For sure. All right. So now I get to tally up this score and do your final scores. So for your last one, I'm going to bring back an oldie but a goodie. So what is it? What does movie watching mean to you, Guy?
Well, it's a connection to my childhood for one, and it's probably I won't go into any details or whatever, but it's my one positive memory of my mom. I don't think my mom really knew what to do with me, and she would take me to the movies, and we would. Yeah, I saw Hitchcock films. I saw all kinds of stuff that probably wasn't even. I saw Tommy Up, Tommy Down, and I was way too young for it. So, yeah, and I think the other thing that I have a great appreciation for is just the creativity of it. I try, or I've always been kind of a creative person. So, especially like when it comes to animation and art and that.
Well, that's a good answer, man.
Awesome. All right. I have the final scores, and then I'm tallying up the total card for our rankings individually.
Okay, while he's doing that, guy, have you watched any of the movies for By the Numbers tomorrow?
I think there was one, the Bill Burr comedy. Is that one of them, or is that
last week?
That was last week.
Oh, I don't think so.
I'll read it to you. I'll tell you what the movies are this week.
Okay.
Guy, we have Hunger Games. We have Leo, which is on Netflix. Killer Book Club, that's on Netflix. You won't like that. It's a horror one.
That's a horror movie. He's out.
Believer 2 on Netflix. And Robots on Hulu.
Yeah, what's Robots about?
It's got Shia Woodley, I think that's her name. I don't know her name.
Shailene Woodley.
Yeah, Shailene Woodley. And some other dude. They're both assholes.
Some other dude.
And they live in a world where there's robots, AI, and it's illegal to have one that looks like you. And they both have one to do their everyday life stuff, and it's illegal. And yeah, turns into a love story. And Dave loved it, I can tell.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow.
He probably hasn't even watched it yet.
I know I haven't. I don't think I've seen that one yet. That's gonna be tonight. I've got 2 more left. So I've got to watch that and Leo.
I enjoyed Leo. I only have one more for Evan's episode that he's coming on, and that's May, December. And then for the 13th, I only have Leave the World Behind, which hasn't came out yet, and then Kill Room. So I'm ahead of the game.
Nice.
It's always nice to be ahead and to get ahead.
And to get ahead.
Like this happened to me the other day. Yesterday.
You got head?
You got head?
No. I was stumped. I could not find something to watch. I didn't know what mood I was. This never happened to me before. It's almost like erectile dysfunction. I didn't know what to do. I couldn't pick out a movie to watch. Also, I'm just going to watch Invincible on Amazon. I could not pick a movie to watch.
Did you like Invincible? Because I love Invincible.
Yeah, I'm on episode 3 of season 2. Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. I need to watch Gen Z, the boys spinoff. I haven't watched that yet.
I haven't seen that either.
I don't know if have you ever seen Trigun?
What was it?
Trigun.
Uh-uh.
Trigun. It's a animated. I'll grab it real quick.
Well, I like your shirt.
Thanks, I wore the special for you. Oh, you weren't talking to me.
I like your shirt too, Dave.
Thanks, bro.
We all have Marvel shirts on.
We all have Marvel shirts on. There's nothing wrong with that. I hope I spelled all that right. I'm trying to get the outro done.
Oh, no, I've never seen that. Yeah.
This is on Hulu, and they relaunched it again. But I would highly recommend checking out
Okay.
the series.
I thought about starting Attack of Titans, or Attack of Titans, whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, that's pretty good. But I would actually recommend this over Attack of Titan.
Really? It's on Hulu?
It's on Hulu, yes.
Okay.
They have. I would watch this before watching the new series. There's a new series that's called Trigun Stampede, and then there's a movie that happens in between. That's pretty decent, but it's got some great kind of dry humor in it. So maybe just watch one episode or two and see if you like it.
Well, I'll have to give it a shot.
If you do watch it, me and Chris the Slasher Dude are talking about doing a stream over Trigun, and it would be great to get you involved too if you like it.
Oh, I'll keep that in mind.
So
You're still adding up, right? You're still doing all the addition?
Yeah, I'm rendering right now, so I'm going to be in and out for a second.
Okay. So, what do you, besides collecting movies, Caveman, what else? Any other hobbies you have?
Well, I collect like movie-related stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's neat.
What?
He says the only thing everyone will remember about tonight is Rich got head.
It's been a few weeks.
And
Do you collect those kind of movie? Do you read comics at all, or?
I used to, but I have my drawings right here, but I don't know where they're at. But
All right. Well, while we're waiting on Guy, I have the final scores ready for Titan AE, so let's put that up real quick.
All right.
IMDb is giving it a 6.6. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 50%. Audience score 61%. Rich, you gave it a 69. I gave it a 73. Guy gave it an 82. So,
Nice.
so Guy, I've actually already done it, so it's not going to change the order and how I have it listed. But you have No Way Out and Titan AE with the same score. So if you had to pick which one as your number one, which would it be?
No Way Out.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I ended up going the other way. So, excuse my internet. I might be jumping around. You drew that, right?
Yes.
That's awesome, bro.
So this is like when I was in middle school. Nerd, didn't really get along with anybody, but I drew this kind of stuff.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
And so I would take, like, this was like a collage kind of thing I did on my own, or I just took like little bitty images that were from the comic book and then blew them up and then collaged them together for this one, but these were just like
I like. That's
Nice.
pretty cool, man.
And then I went to school. I took went to vocational school.
Oh, cool.
And this
Nice.
is point of liberty.
Rich gave it a 69.
Rich gave it a 69. He got head and he gave it a 69. Titan A gets an 8 out of 10. Nice, Chris.
Yeah, good
Nice
job.
work, Caveman. Cool drawings, guy. Yeah, definitely. Those are awesome. Those are great, brother. All right. Are you ready to see the official rankings for
Sure.
your movies? And this is based on individual score. So this is how we ranked them. So Guy, I have you listed as Titan AE as number 1 and No Way Out number 2. You can just swap those, but both of those got an 82. Then The Man with One Red Shoe at 79. What Planet Are You From at 78. Sliding Doors at 76. And The Man with Knew Too Little at 75. That's your order. Rich, you went Titan AE at 69. No Way Out at 66. What Planet Are You From at 63. Sliding Doors at 56. The Man with One Red Shoe at 48. And The Man Who Knew Too Little at 44. My scores: No Way Out at 75. That was my number 1. Titan AE at number 2, 73. Man with One Red Shoe at 67. Sliding Doors at 64. The Man Who Knew Too Little at 61. And bringing up the rear for me, What Planet Are You From? At a 50.
Vibrating penis.
The vibrating penis at a 50. The humming penis.
Which would be interesting if you're getting head and had a vibrating.
Or as Linda Fiorentino said in the movie, it's like maybe he just doesn't know the words.
Well, you picked some interesting movies for us to watch and score, so thank you for that, and thank you for the gifts. We really, really appreciate that, man. We really do.
No, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on here, Guy. Loved your picks, and see, I detected a theme. Everything seemed like The Accidental Spy. You know, even No Way Out, he ended up having to spy on stuff. Everything seemed, and then there was a lot of sex scenes. There's a lot of sex scenes in here. Maybe not Titan A, but there's a lot of sex scenes going on. But I had a lot of fun. I enjoyed these. It was great watching them and having you on the show to talk about them. So, Guy, thank you so much for being with us tonight. Before we go, let everybody know what you've got coming up in the near future.
Well, I'm on Something Rotten in Your Collection every 2 weeks. It'll be 2 Sundays from now. The next time we'll be on. And that's on Gizmo's channel. Chris the Slasher Dude and myself are in the works of doing an animated our own version of Something Rotten, because in the Something Rotten bring in a lot of the anime titles that I have, like Studio Ghibli stuff, and nobody there has any appreciation for it, or really they just don't know what to do with it or whatever, and so they have a hard time even picking a movie out of those stacks. So planning on doing something like that with Chris, because he's got anime titles that he hasn't watched yet that are in his collection, and so we're going to do 3 stacks, 2 stacks that are going to be a 5. There'll be movies, and then 1 stack will be like an animated TV series, so that we can kind of whittle that stuff down.
Awesome. All right, Guy, thank you so much. Before we get out of here, I want to say that this podcast is sponsored by Spotify for podcasting. They take the audio portion of this program and put it out on Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Pocket Cast, Castbox, Radio Public, and Google Podcast, all for free. What was it? I don't know
what's happening.
Everybody went away.
Oh. I thought he was making fun of me.
I did too. It's like
something geeky in our collection. There we go. Great job as always, Rich. Dave, the quality show. Awesome job as well. Thanks, Stacy. Appreciate that, brother.
Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah, I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everybody for joining us and catch us on the replay. Again, if you haven't already, like, subscribe. Do me a favor, go into the description, look for Guy's Instagram and YouTube connection. Give him a like and subscribe as well if you haven't already. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate that, brother.
Thank you, Chris.
Other than that, we are going to get out of here. Rich, any last words before we sign off?
No, I just, again, Guy, thank you. Thank you to everybody in the chat. You've made this year fun for me and Dave. So just a big thank you, guys. I know it's Thanksgiving's over, but we're thankful for you guys each and every week. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Caveman says, great job. Does that mean he's off the couch? Let him in the bed. All right. Before we sign off, I wanted to just call out tomorrow night, 6:30 Pacific, 9:30 Eastern is our By the Numbers show, where we're going to look at the new Hunger Games movie and more. So definitely check that out tomorrow live. Same bat time, same bat channel. But we're going to get out of here. And again, I agree with Rich. The sentiment is also for me. We're thankful for all you guys sticking with us for this year. It's been awesome. The reception that we've had, the interaction in the chat, the people that have joined us on the show. Guy, yourself, we've had Corey on the show. We've had Nate and Alex, of course, Evan, and they're gluttons for punishment. They all want to come back. So hopefully, Guy, you want to come back as well. We'd love to have you on By the Numbers when we don't have a horror movie. If you want to watch all the movies, you'll see our schedule coming up. Yeah, you had all the movies, and I was like, you want to come on? We'll do the scores right now. But no, if you see our upcoming shows, you can find that on our Instagram channel, Faces for Radio, or on the About section of the YouTube channel for the 4K Lowdown. You'll see the upcoming schedule coming to the end of the year. So we have the end of the year already, all the way up to December 27th, all scheduled and ready to go. So if you see something, and this goes for you guys in the chat too, if you see something that you want to watch all the movies in there and be a part of the show, let us know. And if we haven't already booked somebody on it, we'd love to have you on. And Guy, you too. We'd love to have you back for a By the Numbers episode or another Hi-5 next year. So keep that in mind. But for Caveman, Rich, and myself, want to say thank you so much for joining us, and tune in next time for the Faces for Radio podcast. Bye, everybody.
God bless.